Welcome to the Certified Healthtech Cybersecurity Specialist course, presented by CDG Training. This program focuses on securing connected healthcare technologies, medical devices, digital health platforms, clinical data systems, and cyber resilience programs. Healthcare organizations increasingly depend on digital technologies, connected medical devices, cloud platforms, telehealth systems, and electronic health records to deliver safe and efficient patient care. While these innovations create tremendous opportunities, they also introduce significant cybersecurity risks. This course provides practical knowledge and professional guidance for understanding, managing, and mitigating cybersecurity risks across modern healthcare environments. Healthcare cybersecurity involves protecting healthcare information systems, medical devices, digital platforms, and sensitive patient information from cyber threats and unauthorized access. Effective cybersecurity programs support patient safety, operational continuity, regulatory compliance, and ensure the confidentiality of patient information. Cybersecurity is now a critical component of healthcare delivery. Cyber incidents can interrupt critical healthcare operations and delay time-sensitive treatments. Healthcare organizations manage highly valuable health information that is a prime target for attackers. Breaches cause significant financial losses and damage organizational reputation and patient trust. Cybersecurity directly contributes to patient trust and uninterrupted healthcare delivery. Healthtech has undergone rapid digital transformation, expanding cybersecurity responsibilities across a wide range of technologies. EHRs digitize patient data, enhancing faster care but requiring robust data protection. IoMT devices improve monitoring but create new attack surfaces requiring dedicated security. Telemedicine platforms offer convenient access while introducing cybersecurity challenges. Cloud platforms and AI applications drive efficiency while demanding strong governance and controls. Healthcare organizations face a wide range of cyber threats. Threats continue to evolve as healthcare technologies become increasingly interconnected. Ransomware demands ransom for data release. Phishing attacks deceive staff to steal credentials. Insider threats involve negligent actions by employees. Supply chain risks involve vulnerabilities through third-party vendors. Medical device vulnerabilities can be exploited by attackers. Advanced persistent threats target healthcare infrastructure and data. Information security focuses on protecting data, systems, and services through preventive, detective, and corrective controls. These principles provide the foundation for healthcare cybersecurity programs. Ensuring that sensitive patient and organizational data is accessible only to authorized individuals is crucial. Maintaining the accuracy and trustworthiness of health information and clinical systems at all times is essential. Guaranteeing that healthcare systems and data are accessible when needed for patient care delivery is vital. Healthcare cybersecurity programs are influenced by numerous regulations, standards, and best practices. Compliance supports both legal obligations and risk reduction. Regulatory frameworks provide structured guidance that helps healthcare organizations build defensible, auditable, and effective cybersecurity programs. Meeting data and protection requirements continues to expand globally, making compliance a critical aspect of healthcare cybersecurity. Effective cybersecurity requires collaboration among multiple stakeholders. Executive leadership sets strategic direction and ensures cybersecurity receives organizational priority. Information security teams design, implement, and monitor technical and administrative security controls. Healthcare IT professionals manage infrastructure, systems, and applications to protect patient information. Compliance and privacy officers ensure adherence to regulatory requirements and protect patient privacy rights. External vendors and service partners must meet organizational security standards. Healthcare organizations often face unique and compounding challenges that require strategic planning and continuous improvement to address effectively. Outdated technology that cannot be easily patched or upgraded creates persistent vulnerabilities across clinical environments. Organizations must operate with constrained budgets and insufficient dedicated security personnel. Complex technology environments create broad attack surfaces that are difficult to monitor and protect comprehensively. Medical device vulnerabilities often lack built-in security features and present unique management challenges. Clinical and administrative staff may lack cybersecurity training, increasing susceptibility to social engineering attacks. Evolving compliance obligations demand continuous program updates and dedicated organizational attention. Emerging technologies continue to transform healthcare cybersecurity. Organizations must prepare for evolving cyber risks and opportunities. Intelligent systems that detect anomalies, automate threat response, and enhance security operations at scale. Expanding networks of connected clinical devices requiring dedicated IoMT security strategies. Healthcare workloads migrating to cloud environments demand new security architectures and shared responsibility models. Security models that verify every user and device continuously, eliminating implicit trust within networks. Next-generation tools leveraging behavioral analytics and threat intelligence to identify sophisticated attacks earlier. This course explores healthcare cybersecurity across strategic, operational, technical, and compliance perspectives. Each chapter builds practical knowledge that supports cybersecurity leadership and organizational resilience. The course combines strategic, operational, technical, and compliance perspectives to prepare professionals for real-world healthcare cybersecurity leadership roles. Cyber resilience extends beyond preventing attacks. Organizations must develop the ability to anticipate, withstand, respond to, recover from, and learn from cybersecurity incidents. Strong governance and clear accountability structures that protect patient information and ensure compliance. A trained and aware workforce capable of recognizing threats and responding effectively. Layered technical defenses that protect systems, data, and devices across the healthcare environment. Ongoing assessment, testing, and refinement of cybersecurity programs to adapt to evolving threats. Healthcare cybersecurity is not solely an IT responsibility. It is a strategic organizational capability that protects patients, healthcare operations, sensitive data, and the organization itself. Healthcare organizations are increasingly dependent on interconnected technologies to deliver patient care, manage clinical operations, and support decision-making. As digital transformation accelerates, cybersecurity becomes essential for protecting healthcare services and patient safety. In this CDG training chapter, learners will explore cybersecurity fundamentals, healthcare technology environments, cyber risk concepts, security objectives, threat actors, security controls, and healthcare-specific cybersecurity challenges. Healthtech cybersecurity involves protecting healthcare technologies, digital platforms, connected medical devices, information systems, and sensitive healthcare data from cyber threats and unauthorized access. The objective is to maintain safe, reliable, and secure healthcare operations while protecting patient information and organizational assets. Healthcare organizations operate complex digital environments that introduce both operational benefits and cybersecurity risks. These environments include electronic health records, medical devices, cloud platforms, telehealth, and mobile health apps. Healthcare organizations are attractive targets due to the potential impact of operational disruptions on patient care continuity. Attackers seek valuable patient information, financial data, and may cause critical service disruptions. Cyber risk refers to the possibility that a cyber threat may exploit a vulnerability and negatively affect an organization. Understanding risk helps organizations prioritize cybersecurity activities by assessing threats, vulnerabilities, likelihood, and impact. The CIA triad forms the foundation of information security and guides healthcare cybersecurity programs. It emphasizes confidentiality, integrity, and availability to ensure that healthcare information is protected, accurate, and accessible. Confidentiality protects sensitive healthcare information from unauthorized disclosure, supporting patient trust and regulatory compliance. It involves securing patient medical records, diagnostic reports, insurance information, and clinical communications. Integrity ensures that healthcare information remains accurate, complete, and unaltered. When integrity is compromised, the consequences can be severe and far-reaching, affecting clinical decision-making, medication management, diagnostic accuracy, and patient safety. Availability ensures that authorized users can access information in systems when needed. It is closely linked to patient safety and operational resilience, affecting patient care, clinical workflows, emergency services, and organizational operations. Threat actors are individuals or groups that may attempt to compromise healthcare systems. Understanding who they are helps organizations strengthen defenses against cybercriminals, insider threats, nation-state actors, hacktivists, and organized cyber groups. Healthcare organizations face a broad and evolving threat landscape. Threat awareness supports risk reduction efforts by identifying common threats such as ransomware, phishing attacks, malware infections, insider misuse, credential theft, and supply chain attacks. Vulnerabilities are weaknesses that attackers may exploit. Identifying and addressing them is an essential cybersecurity activity in every healthcare organization. Common vulnerabilities include outdated software, weak passwords, unpatched systems, misconfigured networks, and unsupported medical devices. Security controls help prevent, detect, and respond to cyber threats. Multiple layers of protection improve overall resilience, including access controls, firewalls, antivirus solutions, encryption, monitoring systems, and security awareness training. Defense in depth uses multiple security controls to protect systems and information. If one control fails, additional layers help reduce the likelihood of successful compromise. This strategy remains a widely used and highly effective cybersecurity approach. Cybersecurity directly influences patient safety. Protecting digital systems is not merely a technical concern, it is a fundamental component of safe healthcare delivery. Cyber incidents can disrupt medical device functionality, clinical information availability, treatment decisions, and healthcare operations. A hospital experienced a ransomware attack that disrupted access to critical information systems and administrative applications, forcing staff to revert to manual processes and delaying patient care. The organization immediately activated its incident response plan, isolated affected systems, restored critical services, and implemented additional controls to prevent recurrence. Healthcare cyber risk arises from multiple sources. Technology vulnerabilities and human factors often represent the most significant contributors to cybersecurity incidents. Organizations should evaluate risks comprehensively across all categories, including technology vulnerabilities, human factors, and third-party and device risks. Successfully, cybersecurity programs balance technical protection, operational resilience, regulatory compliance, and patient safety objectives, collectively supporting healthcare mission success. All 6 objectives score closely together, reflecting the interconnected nature of healthcare cybersecurity goals. Healthcare organizations often face unique challenges that require tailored cybersecurity strategies and realistic planning. These challenges include legacy technologies, connected medical devices, resource limitations, complex regulatory requirements, large user populations, and critical operational dependencies. Healthtech Cybersecurity protects healthcare technologies, digital systems, medical devices, and sensitive information from evolving cyber threats. As taught in CDG Training's framework, successful healthcare cybersecurity programs encompass risk management, technical controls, workforce awareness, and protection of critical digital assets and patient care. Healthcare organizations rely on complex digital infrastructures to support clinical care, diagnostics, administration, communication, and decision-making. In this chapter, learners will explore electronic health records, EHRs, hospital information systems, HIS, laboratory information systems, LI, radiology information systems, RIS, PACS platforms, cloud healthcare environments, interoperability frameworks, and cybersecurity considerations for healthcare digital infrastructure. The digital healthcare ecosystem facilitates continuous information exchange across clinical, administrative, financial, and operational functions. Improved efficiency and increased complexity are key aspects, with digital integration enhancing workflows and connectivity raising cybersecurity challenges. Healthcare information systems are crucial for modern healthcare delivery, enabling clinical operations, patient management, diagnostics, billing, regulatory compliance, and decision support. These systems streamline processes and improve care coordination. Electronic health records serve as centralized repositories for patient information, including medical histories, diagnoses, treatment plans, medications, laboratory results, and clinical documentation. They are vital for healthcare operations. EHR systems offer benefits like improved information accessibility and streamlined documentation, but also pose cybersecurity risks such as unauthorized access and data breaches. Protecting EHR systems is a top priority for healthcare organizations. Hospital information systems manage administrative and operational activities, supporting patient registration, admissions, billing, and resource management. These systems are essential for efficient healthcare business operations. Laboratory information systems support laboratory operations, managing sample tracking, test management, result reporting, quality monitoring, and workflow automation. They play a crucial role in clinical decision-making. Radiology information systems enhance imaging operations and workflows, improving diagnostic efficiency through imaging scheduling, patient tracking, report generation, workflow coordination, and platform integration. PACS platforms manage medical imaging data, storing, retrieving, and distributing sensitive diagnostic information. They are critical for secure and efficient imaging operations. Clinical decision support systems provide information that assists healthcare professionals in making informed decisions. They offer clinical alerts, diagnostic support, treatment recommendations, and risk assessments, with cybersecurity protections maintaining trust. Interoperability enables different healthcare technologies to exchange and use information effectively, improving care coordination, information access, patient experiences, and reducing service duplication. Health information exchange systems facilitate information sharing among healthcare providers, ensuring patient information follows them across settings. They support continuity of care while addressing privacy and security considerations. Cloud computing in healthcare supports data storage, application hosting, telehealth services, analytics platforms, and disaster recovery. It offers flexibility while requiring robust security controls. Telehealth systems enable remote healthcare delivery through digital communication technologies, offering virtual consultations, remote monitoring, digital therapeutics, and online patient engagement. Healthcare information systems depend on robust infrastructure, including servers, databases, networks, cloud environments, and end-user devices. This infrastructure supports system resilience and patient safety. A healthcare network integrated EHR, LI, RIS, PACS, and telehealth platforms into a unified digital environment. Enhanced monitoring, stronger authentication, and regular security assessments improved cybersecurity resilience. Healthcare organizations operate multiple interconnected systems, with EHRs being the largest component. Understanding the distribution of these systems is crucial for managing healthcare information effectively. Healthcare cybersecurity programs must balance information protection, operational continuity, interoperability, and patient care requirements. These priorities guide infrastructure security efforts. Healthcare organizations face challenges like legacy technologies, integration complexity, resource constraints, cyber threats, data management requirements, and expanding digital ecosystems. Addressing these challenges requires strategic planning and investment. Healthcare information systems and digital infrastructure form the foundation of modern healthcare delivery. Protecting these interconnected technologies is essential for maintaining patient safety, operational continuity, data privacy, and cyber resilience. Healthcare organizations face a rapidly evolving cyber threat landscape that can affect patient care, data privacy, operational continuity, and organizational reputation. In this chapter, learners will explore ransomware, malware, phishing attacks, insider threats, advanced persistent threats, APTs, healthcare attack vectors, cybercrime trends, threat intelligence, and strategies for strengthening cyber resilience. The healthcare threat landscape consists of various cyber risks, threat actors, attack methods, and vulnerabilities that can impact healthcare organizations. As healthcare systems become more connected and data-driven, cyber threats continue to increase in frequency, sophistication, and potential impact. Threat awareness is a critical component of cybersecurity preparedness. Healthcare organizations are attractive targets because they possess valuable information and operate critical services that often cannot tolerate prolonged disruptions. Sensitive patient information, financial data, time-critical operations, complex technology, and legacy systems make healthcare a high-priority target sector for cybercriminals worldwide. Healthcare organizations may face threats from a diverse range of adversaries. Different threat actors have different motivations, capabilities, and objectives, ranging from cybercriminal groups and insider threats to nation-state actors, hacktivists, organized cyber syndicates, and opportunistic attackers. Ransomware is one of the most significant cybersecurity threats affecting healthcare organizations. Attackers encrypt systems and data, disrupting operations and demanding payment for restoration. Preparedness and resilience planning are essential defenses against ransomware attacks. Malware refers to software designed to disrupt, damage, or gain unauthorized access to systems. Malware infections may compromise confidentiality, integrity, and availability of healthcare data and systems. Understanding different types of malware, such as viruses, worms, trojans, spyware, and ransomware, is crucial for effective defense. Phishing attacks attempt to deceive individuals into revealing sensitive information or performing actions that compromise security. Human behavior often becomes a primary attack vector. Fraudulent emails, fake websites, impersonation techniques, and social engineering tactics are common methods used by attackers. Spear phishing involves highly targeted attacks directed at specific individuals or groups. Unlike broad phishing campaigns, attackers invest significant effort researching their victims to increase credibility and improve the likelihood of success. Healthcare executives, clinicians, and administrators are frequent targets of spear phishing campaigns. Insider threats originate from individuals with authorized access to organizational systems. Organizations should implement controls that address both internal and unintentional insider risk. Negligent actions, human error, policy violations, and malicious activities are common insider threat vectors. Advanced persistent threats are highly sophisticated cyber campaigns conducted over extended periods, often by well-resourced adversaries with strategic objectives. Healthcare organizations involved in research and innovation may attract heightened attention. Healthcare organizations depend on numerous vendors, service providers, and technology partners. A compromise anywhere in the supply chain can create significant risk for the entire organization. Third-party cybersecurity management is an essential component of a comprehensive healthcare security program. Medical devices increasingly connect to networks and healthcare systems, expanding the attack surface and introducing unique cybersecurity challenges that directly intersect with patient safety. Unauthorized access, software vulnerabilities, device misconfiguration, and connectivity exploitation are key threats. Attack vectors represent the methods used to gain unauthorized access to healthcare systems. Understanding attack vectors supports defensive planning and helps prioritize security investments. Email systems, medical devices, mobile devices, remote access services, cloud platforms, and third-party connections are common vectors. Healthcare cybercrime continues to evolve with increasing sophistication. Organizations must continuously adapt to changing threats and emerging criminal business models. Ransomware as a service, credential theft, data extortion, double extortion campaigns, and supply chain compromises are significant trends. Threat intelligence involves collecting, analyzing, and applying information regarding emerging threats and adversary activities. Intelligence supports proactive cybersecurity programs and enables organizations to stay ahead of evolving risks. Improved situational awareness, faster threat detection, better decision-making, and enhanced preparedness are key benefits. A regional healthcare provider experienced a ransomware attack that disrupted scheduling systems, clinical applications, and administrative operations across multiple facilities. The incident reinforced the importance of resilience planning, workforce awareness, and strong backup strategies. Healthcare organizations face a diverse threat environment. Ransomware and phishing campaigns often represent the most significant and frequently encountered cyber risks. The threat distribution highlights where healthcare organizations should focus the majority of their defensive resources and awareness training efforts. Several operational and technological factors contribute to healthcare cybersecurity exposure. Organizations should address these factors through governance, risk management, and continuous improvement initiatives. Comprehensive risk management across all dimensions is essential. No single factor can be ignored. Organizations can significantly reduce cyber risk through a layered defense approach. No single control is sufficient. Effective cybersecurity resilience requires multiple complementary strategies working together. Workforce awareness training, strong access controls, continuous monitoring, vulnerability management, incident response planning, and third-party risk management are key strategies. Healthcare organizations face a wide range of cyber threats including ransomware, malware, phishing campaigns, insider threats, advanced persistent threats, supply chain risks, and medical device vulnerabilities. Understanding threat actors, attack vectors, cyber resilience strategies, and threat intelligence supports effective cybersecurity programs and improves resilience. Healthcare organizations manage some of the most sensitive information in society. Protecting patient information is essential for maintaining trust, supporting patient care, meeting regulatory requirements, and reducing cybersecurity risks. In this chapter, learners will explore protected health information, PHI, personally identifiable information, PI, data governance, privacy frameworks, consent management, data classification, encryption, data lifecycle protection, privacy risks, and healthcare data protection best practices. Healthcare data privacy involves protecting personal information from unauthorized access, disclosure, misuse, or inappropriate processing. Privacy programs ensure that healthcare information is collected, used, stored, shared, and disposed of responsibly at every stage of its lifecycle. Strong privacy protections support patient trust and organizational credibility, forming the foundation of effective healthcare relationships. Privacy programs also align organizational practices with applicable laws, regulations, and standards governing healthcare data. Data protection focuses on safeguarding information through administrative, technical, and physical controls. Protection measures help maintain the three core pillars of information security: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Ensuring information is accessible only to those authorized to access it, maintaining the accuracy and completeness of information over its lifecycle, and ensuring authorized users can access information when needed are all critical components of data protection. Protected health information refers to health-related information that can be associated with an identifiable individual. PHI requires strong privacy and security protections under applicable regulations. It includes medical histories, diagnostic reports, treatment information, insurance records, and patient identifiers such as names, dates of birth, addresses, and IDs. Personally identifiable information refers to data that can identify a specific individual. PE often requires special handling and protection, particularly when combined with other data elements. It includes names, identification numbers, contact information, government-issued identifiers, and demographic information such as age, gender, ethnicity, and other personal attributes. PHI and PE may overlap, but they serve different purposes. Understanding these differences supports effective privacy management. PHI includes health-specific information like medical histories and diagnoses, while PE encompasses broader identifying data such as names and contact information. The overlap includes identifiable health data linked to an individual, which is treated as both PHI and PE. Data governance establishes policies, responsibilities, standards, and controls for managing healthcare information. It provides strategic oversight across the organization. Ensuring information is accurate, complete, and consistent across systems and processes is crucial. Aligning information management practices with regulatory requirements and organizational policies supports compliance. Defining clear roles and responsibilities for managing and protecting healthcare information reduces risk and enhances accountability. Organizations should clearly define accountability for managing healthcare information. Clear accountability supports effective governance and reduces privacy risks. Data stewardship ensures data quality and appropriate use within their domains. Access management controls who can view, modify, or share healthcare information. Privacy oversight monitors compliance with privacy policies and regulatory requirements. Security monitoring continuously tracks systems for unauthorized access or anomalies. Data classification helps organizations identify information based on sensitivity and protection requirements. Classification supports risk-based protection strategies. Information is categorized into restricted, confidential, internal, and public levels. Higher classification levels require stronger controls, more restrictive access policies, and enhanced monitoring. Healthcare information must be protected throughout its entire lifecycle. Protection requirements may vary across stages, and each phase carries distinct privacy and security considerations. Each stage of the data lifecycle presents unique privacy risks. Organizations must apply appropriate controls, from secure collection practices at the start to certified destruction methods at the end, to ensure continuous protection of sensitive healthcare information. Consent management helps ensure that patient information is collected, used, and shared appropriately. Transparency in consent processes supports patient trust and regulatory compliance. Informing the patient about how information will be collected, used, and shared before obtaining consent is crucial. Documenting patient authorization in accordance with applicable regulations and policies is essential. Organizations must record and manage consent records and update them as circumstances change. Periodically reviewing consent records ensures ongoing compliance and patient awareness. Healthcare organizations frequently exchange information with providers, laboratories, insurers, and other stakeholders. Secure exchange supports continuity of care and patient safety. Information sharing should be governed by appropriate privacy controls, limiting data shared to the minimum necessary for the intended purpose. Security measures, such as encrypting data in transit and verifying recipient authorization, are essential. Access controls ensure only authorized parties can receive and use shared information. Encryption helps protect information by converting data into a format that can only be accessed by authorized parties. It is one of the most powerful tools for strengthening confidentiality protections. Encrypting stored files, databases, and records on servers and storage systems prevents unauthorized access. Protecting information as it moves across networks, systems, and communication channels is crucial. Applying encryption to smartphones, tablets, and laptops that store or access healthcare information is essential. Access controls help ensure that only authorized individuals can access healthcare information. Effective access management is a critical layer of privacy protection. Role-based access controls grant access based on job function and the minimum information needed to perform duties. Authentication systems verify user identity before granting access to sensitive healthcare systems. Multi-factor authentication requires multiple verification factors to reduce the risk of unauthorized access. User account management involves regularly reviewing, updating, and deactivating user accounts to maintain access integrity. Organizations should identify and manage privacy risks proactively. Many incidents stem from a combination of human factors, technical vulnerabilities, and third-party exposures. Unauthorized access involves accessing records without a legitimate need. Insider misuse occurs when employees or contractors mishandle their access to healthcare information. Lost devices and improper disclosures pose significant risks. Data breaches from external attacks or system failures expose sensitive patient information. Third-party failures occur when vendors or partners fail to maintain adequate security and privacy controls. A healthcare provider expanded its telehealth services and cloud-based patient portal capabilities, recognizing that digital growth introduced new privacy and security risks requiring proactive management. Enhanced access controls, encryption technologies, consent management, and workforce training were implemented to protect patient information. These measures helped protect patient information while supporting digital innovation and maintaining regulatory compliance. Healthcare organizations manage diverse categories of information. Clinical records and patient demographic data often represent the largest and most sensitive information assets requiring protection. Clinical records account for the largest share at 35%, followed by patient demographic data at 20%. Together, these two categories represent over half of all healthcare information assets. Billing, financial, and diagnostic data each represent 15%, while operational information and research data make up the remainder. Many privacy incidents originate from human factors, access control weaknesses, and cybersecurity threats. Organizations should address both technical and organizational contributors to privacy risk. Human error, unauthorized access, phishing and social engineering, third-party risks, lost or stolen devices, and misconfigured systems are common contributors to healthcare privacy incidents. Addressing these risks requires a comprehensive approach to privacy protection. A layered approach to data protection improves overall effectiveness. No single control is sufficient. Organizations must combine governance, technology, and workforce measures. Data classification is essential for sensitivity-based protection levels. Strong access controls, encryption, and regular account reviews are vital. Workforce training builds a robust privacy culture. Continuous monitoring and risk assessments track compliance through oversight and periodic privacy risk assessments. Incident response planning prepares structured response protocols to contain and remediate privacy incidents quickly. Healthcare data privacy and protection programs help safeguard patient information, support regulatory compliance, and maintain organizational trust. As taught in CDG Training's framework, successful programs combine governance, technology, workforce awareness, and continuous data protection. Protecting and safeguarding the most sensitive categories of information is essential. Managing patient consent and protecting information throughout its lifecycle are crucial. Applying technical controls to restrict access and protect data ensures compliance and security. Connected medical devices have revolutionized healthcare by enhancing patient monitoring, diagnostics, and treatment delivery. However, increased connectivity also introduces cybersecurity risks that may affect patient safety and healthcare operations. In this chapter, learners will explore the Internet of Medical Things, IoMT, security, device vulnerabilities, cybersecurity risk management, secure device lifecycle management, FDA cybersecurity regulations, monitoring strategies, and healthcare device protection best practices. Connected medical devices are healthcare technologies capable of communicating with networks, software applications, cloud platforms, or other devices. These technologies enable smarter, more responsive care delivery. Examples include infusion pumps, patient monitors, imaging systems, wearable health devices, and implantable technologies. Connectivity improves care while expanding cyber risk exposure. The Internet of Medical Things refers to the network of connected healthcare devices, sensors, software applications, and supporting infrastructure used in healthcare environments. Real-time monitoring, data collection, remote care, clinical decision-making, and operational efficiency are key components. Security is critical to maintaining trust in connected healthcare technologies. Medical device cybersecurity directly impacts multiple dimensions of healthcare quality and organizational integrity. Patient safety, clinical effectiveness, operational continuity, regulatory compliance, and organizational reputation are all affected. Cybersecurity is now an essential element of device safety, not an optional add-on. Connected devices may face a wide range of cybersecurity risks. Understanding these threats is the first step toward effective protection strategies. Risks include unauthorized access, software vulnerabilities, malware infections, weak authentication, ransomware attacks, and network-based attacks. An attack surface represents the potential points through which a device may be compromised. Reducing attack surfaces is a foundational security strategy. Key vulnerabilities include legacy software, unpatched systems, insecure protocols, and default credentials. Reducing attack surfaces improves overall security posture and limits the impact of potential breaches. Many healthcare organizations continue to operate legacy devices that were not originally designed with modern cybersecurity requirements in mind. These devices require specialized risk management strategies. Challenges include unsupported operating systems, limited patch availability, compatibility constraints, and security control limitations. Understanding potential threat scenarios supports preparedness planning and helps organizations prioritize security investments. Scenarios include unauthorized configuration changes, service disruptions, data manipulation, performance interference, and credential compromise. Medical device cybersecurity is closely linked to patient safety. Security and safety should be managed together, not as separate disciplines. Cyber incidents affecting device functionality, availability, or data integrity can influence clinical decision-making and patient outcomes. The connection between digital security and physical patient safety is direct and consequential. Medical device cybersecurity risk management involves identifying, evaluating, mitigating, and monitoring cyber risks throughout the device lifecycle. Risk-based approaches support effective decision-making and resource allocation. Risk management activities often include threat assessments, vulnerability analysis, security testing, and risk control implementation, forming a continuous cycle of improvement rather than a one-time exercise. Cybersecurity should be considered throughout the entire device lifecycle, from initial design through eventual retirement. Lifecycle management supports long-term security and resilience. Key stages include design and development, manufacturing, deployment, maintenance and updates, and retirement. Secure by design principles integrate cybersecurity into device development from the very beginning, making security a foundational requirement rather than an afterthought. Security reduces future risks and lowers the cost of remediation. Key practices include security requirements definition, threat modeling, secure coding practices, security testing, and vulnerability management. Software updates and security patches help address known vulnerabilities and improve device security. Effective update management strengthens cyber resilience across the IoMT environment. Key steps include patch evaluation, deployment planning, testing, documentation, and monitoring. Network segmentation separates medical devices from other organizational systems to reduce cyber risk. It is a widely used and highly effective healthcare security practice. By isolating medical devices into dedicated network zones, organizations limit the ability of attacks to move laterally from compromised systems to critical clinical devices. Continuous monitoring helps organizations maintain visibility into their IoMT environment and respond quickly to emerging threats. Visibility is essential for effective medical device security management. Key areas include unusual device activity, security events, configuration changes, vulnerabilities, and compliance issues. A hospital expanded its use of connected patient monitoring systems and smart infusion pumps across multiple clinical units. As the IoMT footprint grew, so did the organization's cyber risk exposure. A cybersecurity assessment identified significant risks related to limited device visibility and inventory gaps, outdated software on deployed devices, insufficient network segmentation, and weak controls on device management interfaces. The organization implemented a structured IoMT security improvement program, which significantly improved the security posture of the IoMT environment, serving as a model for the organization's broader cybersecurity strategy. Medical device cyber risk originates from multiple technical and operational factors. Software vulnerabilities and legacy technologies often represent the most significant contributors to overall device risk exposure. Key observations include the large share of medical device cyber risk attributed to software vulnerabilities, followed closely by legacy technologies and network exposure. A multi-layered security approach that addresses all risk dimensions simultaneously is essential. Organizations should prioritize visibility, access management, vulnerability reduction, and monitoring when protecting connected medical devices. Key security controls include asset inventory management, network segmentation, access control, vulnerability management, continuous monitoring, and security training. Asset inventory management leads the way by priority. You cannot protect what you cannot see. Regulators and industry organizations increasingly emphasize cybersecurity as a component of medical device safety and quality. Organizations must maintain robust processes that satisfy evolving expectations. Key areas include risk management, security monitoring, vulnerability handling, lifecycle security, and documentation and governance. Compliance supports long-term trust, resilience, and organizational credibility in healthcare. Connected medical devices and IoMT technologies play a vital role in modern healthcare but introduce unique cybersecurity challenges that require sustained attention and investment. Key takeaways include the importance of risk management, secure lifecycle practices, network protection, monitoring, and governance. Supporting patient safety and protecting healthcare technologies requires continuous visibility, proactive risk management, secure lifecycle practices, and a commitment to cyber resilience across the healthcare ecosystem. Identity and access management, IAM, is crucial in healthcare to ensure only authorized individuals can access sensitive systems and data. This chapter will guide you through authentication, authorization, and access management essentials. IAM involves policies and technologies to manage user identities and control access. Key areas include protecting sensitive information, enforcing security policies, reducing unauthorized access, supporting compliance, and improving efficiency. Healthcare organizations handle sensitive information, making IAM vital for protecting patient privacy, clinical operations, regulatory compliance, reputation, and safety. Strong IAM controls mitigate these risks. Digital identities represent individuals, systems, or devices within an information environment. Proper management throughout their lifecycle is essential for security and efficiency. Authentication verifies identity and is the first defense against unauthorized access. Methods include passwords, security tokens, smart cards, and biometrics. Combining these strengthens security. Authorization defines what authenticated users can do. It supports the principle of least privilege, ensuring users have only the access necessary for their roles, reducing misuse risks. Authentication factors are categorized into knowledge, possession, and inherence. Using multiple factors enhances security significantly, forming the basis of multi-factor authentication, MFA. Strong password practices are crucial in healthcare. Use complex passwords, unique credentials, and secure storage. Regular reviews and avoiding credential sharing enhance security. MFA requires multiple verification forms before access is granted, enhancing security by reducing credential compromise risks and improving compliance. Role-based access control, RBAC, assigns permissions based on job roles, improving efficiency and reducing excessive access privileges. The principle of least privilege ensures users have only the access necessary to perform their duties, reducing attack surfaces and insider risks while improving compliance. Privileged Access Management, PAM, involves overseeing high-risk identities with enhanced protection, monitoring, and governance. Identity Lifecycle Management addresses user access throughout employment, reducing access-related risks. Key stages include provisioning, role changes, access reviews, suspension, and deactivation. Identity Governance and Administration, IGA, helps manage access rights consistently and effectively, aligning with regulatory requirements and improving accountability. Access-related risks in healthcare include credential theft, excessive privileges, insider misuse, weak passwords, shared accounts, and inadequate reviews. Proactive management is essential. Securing remote and mobile access involves strong authentication, device security controls, MFA protection, access monitoring, and secure connectivity to protect data in transit. A healthcare organization improved access controls by automating identity management, conducting regular access reviews, enhancing onboarding, and deploying MFA. Understanding the distribution of healthcare access risks helps prioritize IAM investments effectively. Key insights include the prevalence of weak credentials and excessive permissions. Strong IAM programs combine technical controls, governance practices, and monitoring to reduce organizational risk. Key controls include MFA, RBAC, lifecycle management, PAM, and access reviews. IAM helps protect sensitive information, maintain compliance, and reduce cybersecurity risks. Key takeaways include the importance of authentication, RBAC, MFA, and lifecycle management. Healthcare organizations rely on secure networks to support patient care and operations. This chapter explores network architecture, segmentation, and security strategies for resilient healthcare environments. Network security is vital for protecting healthcare networks from unauthorized access and ensuring operational continuity. It reduces cyber risks and enables secure delivery across all channels. Healthcare networks are complex systems involving electronic health records, medical devices, and more. Secure connectivity is essential for safe operations. Network architecture defines how data flows within healthcare organizations. A well-designed architecture supports security, reliability, and operational resilience. Healthcare network zones include clinical systems, admin systems, and more. Each zone is designed to protect specific data and improve control over network traffic. Network segmentation limits threat movement and enhances monitoring, access control, and incident response, strengthening overall cyber resilience. Microsegmentation offers granular control over communications, enhancing security by isolating threats and protecting critical assets. Firewalls regulate network traffic, blocking unauthorized access and supporting compliance with security policies. Next-generation firewalls offer advanced capabilities like deep inspection and threat response, enhancing network security. Intrusion detection systems monitor network activity for suspicious behavior, providing visibility into potential threats and aiding investigations. Intrusion prevention systems actively block threats, forming a comprehensive threat management layer for healthcare networks. Secure communications protect sensitive information across networks, ensuring confidentiality and integrity in healthcare data transmission. Virtual private networks create secure, encrypted communication channels, essential for remote access and partner organizations in healthcare. Wireless networks support mobility in healthcare but require strong security measures like authentication, encryption, and monitoring. Medical device network protection is crucial for patient safety, involving segmentation, access restrictions, and vulnerability management. Zero Trust networking assumes no device or user is trusted by default, enhancing security through continuous verification and limited access privileges. A case study shows how network segmentation reduces cyber risk by improving visibility, strengthening access controls, and enhancing incident response. Healthcare network security relies on multiple layers of protection, with segmentation, firewalls, and monitoring playing critical roles. Key drivers of network security success include segmentation, monitoring, and firewall management, ensuring comprehensive protection. A secure healthcare network is built on architecture, firewalls, segmentation, and secure communications, supporting patient care and operations. Modern healthcare organizations require continuous cybersecurity monitoring to identify threats, detect suspicious activity, and respond to security incidents before they impact patient care or operations. In this CDG training chapter, learners will explore Security Operations Centers, SOC, Security Information and Event Management, SIEM, platforms, threat intelligence, continuous monitoring, log management, incident detection, healthcare security analytics, and best practices for operational cybersecurity excellence. Security operations involve the continuous monitoring, analysis, detection, investigation, and response to cybersecurity events. Effective operations are essential for healthcare cybersecurity. Key areas include detecting threats early, reducing cyber risks, protecting critical systems, improving resilience, and supporting compliance. A Security Operations Center serves as the central hub for cybersecurity monitoring and incident management. SOC teams provide continuous security oversight across the entire organization. The SOC is the nerve center of an organization's cyber defense, staffed by analysts who monitor, investigate, and respond around the clock. Core society responsibilities include threat monitoring, incident response, and forensic analysis. Society programs deliver measurable improvements to healthcare security posture. Continuous monitoring strengthens resilience and supports regulatory compliance. Benefits include improved visibility, faster threat detection, reduced incident impact, regulatory support, and enhanced resilience. SIEM platforms collect, aggregate, and analyze security information from multiple systems and devices, providing centralized visibility and improving threat detection across the organization. Key functions include event collection, log analysis, correlation, alert generation, and reporting. Healthcare environments generate large volumes of security-related data from clinical systems, medical devices, administrative platforms, and infrastructure. SIEM platforms help organizations make sense of this complexity by centralizing monitoring, identifying anomalies, investigating incidents, and supporting compliance reporting and forensic analysis. Logs provide records of activities occurring within systems, networks, applications, and devices. They are essential sources of cybersecurity intelligence and form the foundation of effective security operations. Types of security logs include login activities, device events, and network traffic. Organizations should establish robust processes for collecting, storing, and managing security logs. Proper log management is a cornerstone of both security operations and regulatory compliance. Logs support incident investigations, compliance, trend analysis, threat detection, and audit readiness. Continuous monitoring involves ongoing observation of systems, networks, applications, and devices. It provides the real-time visibility needed to detect threats and support rapid response. Key steps include observing, analyzing, alerting, improving, and responding. Threat detection focuses on identifying indicators of malicious activity across the healthcare environment. Effective detection reduces response times and limits the potential damage of cyberattacks. Methods include signature-based analysis, behavioral monitoring, and anomaly detection. Threat intelligence provides actionable information that helps organizations make informed security decisions and stay ahead of emerging risks targeting the healthcare sector. It covers threat actors, attack techniques, vulnerabilities, emerging risks, and industry-specific threats. Indicators of compromise are observable signs that may suggest malicious activity has occurred or is in progress. IOCs assist security teams during investigations and threat hunting activities. Examples include suspicious IP addresses, malicious file hashes, and unusual login activity. Security analytics helps organizations identify patterns and anomalies within large volumes of data. Behavioral monitoring adds a layer of intelligence that goes beyond traditional rule-based detection. It includes monitoring unusual user activity, unexpected device behavior, and abnormal network traffic. Threat hunting involves proactively searching for hidden threats that may not trigger traditional security alerts. Unlike reactive detection, threat hunting assumes adversaries may already be present in the environment. It includes forming hypotheses, analyzing logs, and documenting findings. Healthcare organizations often face unique and compounding challenges that make security monitoring more complex than in other industries. Managing this complexity requires strategic planning and automation. Challenges include alert volume overload, complex environments, limited resources, legacy systems, and medical device gaps. Security monitoring activities must integrate seamlessly with incident response processes to ensure that detected threats are addressed quickly and effectively. Integration improves response effectiveness and reduces dwell time. Each stage of the escalation process builds on the previous, ensuring that security events are triaged, prioritized, and resolved with appropriate urgency and coordination. A hospital's SIEM platform detected unusual login attempts following a phishing email campaign targeting administrative personnel. Multiple accounts showed unauthorized access from unexpected geographic locations. Security analysts correlated authentication logs, network data, and threat intelligence data to identify compromised credentials. The organization rapidly deployed incident response procedures, contained the threat, and strengthened monitoring controls. Security operations rely on data from multiple sources across the healthcare environment. Network logs, endpoint security systems, and authentication platforms often provide the most valuable information for threat detection and investigation. Key insights include the distribution of data sources and potential gaps that adversaries may exploit. Successful security operations depend on visibility, technology, skilled personnel, intelligence, and well-defined response procedures. Organizations that invest in these capabilities improve their resilience and threat management effectiveness. Components include continuous monitoring, SIEM capabilities, skilled analysis, threat intelligence, incident response integration, and log management. Security operations, monitoring, and threat detection capabilities help healthcare organizations identify and respond to cybersecurity threats before significant harm occurs to patients, staff, or operations. Key takeaways include the importance of SOCs, SIEM platforms, threat intelligence, continuous monitoring, log management, and threat hunting. As taught in CDG Training's framework, successful healthcare security operations combine people, processes, technology, and intelligence to protect critical healthcare systems, sensitive information, and patient safety. Effective cybersecurity programs require more than technical controls. Organizations must establish governance structures, assess cyber risks, prioritize security investments, and maintain accountability across the enterprise. In this CDG training chapter, learners will explore cybersecurity governance structures, risk assessment methodologies, asset management, third-party risk management, enterprise cyber risk programs, governance frameworks, and best practices for managing cybersecurity strategically. Cybersecurity governance refers to the structures, processes, policies, and responsibilities used to direct and manage cybersecurity activities. Establish accountability, align with business objectives, manage risk, support compliance, and improve decision-making to provide strategic direction for cybersecurity programs across the organization. Cybersecurity is a business issue as well as a technology issue. Failures can disrupt patient care, compromise sensitive data, and trigger regulatory consequences. Strong governance ensures leadership engagement, resource allocation for security, risk-based decision-making, compliance oversight, and organizational resilience against evolving threats. Governance programs typically include several interconnected components that work together to support cybersecurity objectives. These include policies and procedures, leadership oversight, risk management processes, compliance programs, security performance monitoring, and accountability structures. Cyber risk represents the possibility that a threat may exploit a vulnerability and negatively affect organizational objectives. Understanding risk helps organizations prioritize cybersecurity efforts by considering threats, vulnerabilities, impact, existing controls, and likelihood. Risk assessments help identify, evaluate, and prioritize cybersecurity risks, supporting informed decision-making across the organization. Each phase of the risk assessment builds on the previous, creating a comprehensive picture of organizational cyber exposure. The output, a prioritized risk register, guides security investment and treatment decisions. Organizations must understand what assets require protection. Asset visibility is essential for effective risk management. You cannot protect what you cannot see. Critical assets include electronic health records, medical devices, clinical applications, networks, databases, and cloud services. Not all assets carry the same level of risk. Asset classification helps organizations prioritize protection based on multiple dimensions, improving resource allocation and security effectiveness. Classification criteria include sensitivity, criticality, value, regulatory requirements, and operational importance. Threat identification involves recognizing potential sources of harm that could exploit organizational vulnerabilities. Understanding threats supports effective mitigation planning. Key threats include ransomware groups, insider threats, nation-state actors, supply chain threats, and medical device vulnerabilities. Vulnerability assessments help organizations identify and address the most commonly exploited vulnerabilities in healthcare environments. Regular scanning and testing are essential to maintain security posture. Key areas include software vulnerabilities, configuration weaknesses, access control issues, network exposures, and legacy technologies. Risk analysis helps determine the significance of identified risks, enabling organizations to focus resources where they matter most. Key evaluation factors include likelihood, impact, existing controls, and residual risk. Organizations with structured risk analysis programs reduce their risk exposure significantly. Organizations may address identified risks through several approaches. Selected strategies should align with organizational objectives and risk tolerance. Options include risk mitigation, risk transfer, risk avoidance, and risk acceptance. No single strategy is universally correct. Effective risk management requires selecting the best fit for each specific risk in context. Enterprise cyber risk management integrates cybersecurity into broader organizational risk management processes, ensuring cyber risk is treated as a strategic business concern rather than a purely technical issue. Key areas include strategic alignment, improved decisions, better allocation, enhanced resilience, and executive visibility. Healthcare organizations often depend on external vendors and service providers. Third-party oversight supports organizational resilience and reduces supply chain cyber exposure. Key management activities include security assessments, contract reviews, compliance evaluations, ongoing monitoring, and incident reporting. Organizations frequently use recognized frameworks to strengthen governance programs. Frameworks provide structured approaches to governance and risk management, reducing the need to build programs from scratch. Examples include the NIST Cybersecurity Framework, ISO 27001, COBIT, and healthcare-specific guidance. Leadership requires meaningful information to oversee cybersecurity programs. Metrics support governance effectiveness by translating technical security activities into business-relevant insights. Effective metrics dashboards give executives the visibility they need to make informed governance decisions and demonstrate accountability to regulators and boards. A regional healthcare provider lacked a formal cyber risk management process, leaving leadership without visibility into the organization's true cyber exposure. The initiative demonstrated the value of structured governance and risk management practices, improving visibility, strengthening decision-making, and enhancing overall cyber resilience. Cyber risks originate from multiple sources across healthcare environments. Technology vulnerabilities, third-party dependencies, and human factors often represent the largest contributors to organizational risk exposure. Effective governance must address all categories simultaneously. Successful governance programs require leadership engagement, clear accountability, structured risk management, and continuous monitoring. Organizations that invest in governance often achieve stronger cybersecurity outcomes and improved resilience. Cyber risk assessment and security governance provide the foundation for strategic cybersecurity management in healthcare organizations. Strong governance and risk management help healthcare organizations make informed decisions, reduce cyber exposure, and build long-term resilience. In today's digital age, healthcare organizations face significant cybersecurity challenges. This chapter delves into incident response and cyber crisis management, equipping learners with the tools to protect and recover from cyber threats. Understanding cybersecurity incidents is crucial. These events can compromise the confidentiality, integrity, or availability of systems. Key threats include ransomware attacks, data breaches, unauthorized access, malware infections, and denial of service attacks. Incident response is vital for healthcare. It protects patient safety, reduces downtime, limits financial losses, preserves trust, and supports regulatory compliance. Preparedness is key to minimizing disruptions. Incident response frameworks provide structured approaches to manage cybersecurity events. The phases include preparation, detection, containment, eradication, and recovery, ensuring no critical steps are missed. Preparation is the foundation of effective incident response. Organizations that invest in preparation recover faster and face fewer disruptions. Key activities include planning, training, and resource allocation. Rapid detection and identification are crucial. Using SIEM platforms, security monitoring tools, user reports, and endpoint security systems helps minimize impact and speed up response. After detection, incidents are analyzed and classified. This involves assessing scope, severity, affected assets, impact, and response requirements to prioritize efforts and allocate resources effectively. Organizations establish severity categories to guide response actions. These range from minimal to critical, helping prioritize efforts and ensure efficient decision-making. Containment strategies aim to limit damage and reduce risk. Techniques include network isolation, account suspension, device disconnection, and traffic filtering, all crucial for effective incident management. Preserving evidence is essential for investigations and regulatory obligations. Key elements include system logs, security alerts, network data, access records, and device information. Eradication focuses on removing the root causes of incidents. Activities include malware removal, credential resets, vulnerability remediation, security control improvements, and configuration corrections. Recovery planning ensures systems are restored safely. Key steps include service restoration, data validation, security verification, and stakeholder communication, ensuring a return to normal operations. Business continuity management ensures critical functions continue during disruptions. The 5 pillars include clinical operations, patient care services, technology dependencies, supply chain considerations, and workforce availability. Disaster recovery focuses on restoring technology resources after disruptions. Key objectives include recovery time and point objectives, supported by documented procedures and regular testing. Cyber crisis management involves strategic decision-making, stakeholder communication, regulatory engagement, operational coordination, and reputation management to handle significant incidents effectively. Effective communication during cyber incidents is crucial. It involves internal notifications, executive briefings, regulatory communications, vendor coordination, and public messaging to maintain trust and clarity. A case study on responding to a healthcare ransomware incident highlights the importance of preparation, containment, recovery, and lessons learned to improve future responses. Incident response programs consist of multiple interconnected capabilities. Key elements include detection, planning, recovery, continuity, and crisis management, each contributing to comprehensive cyber resilience. Effective cyber resilience is driven by preparedness planning, continuous monitoring, skilled response teams, backup capabilities, executive support, and regular exercises. Incident response and cyber crisis management help healthcare organizations detect, contain, investigate, recover from, and learn from cybersecurity incidents, ensuring resilience and continuity. Healthcare cybersecurity programs operate within a complex regulatory environment that includes privacy laws, security regulations, industry standards, and best practice frameworks. In this CDG training chapter, learners will explore HIPAA security rule requirements, GDPR principles, FDA cybersecurity guidance, NIST cybersecurity framework, ISO 27001, healthcare compliance obligations, audits, governance practices, and regulatory compliance strategies. Cybersecurity compliance involves implementing policies, controls, and processes that satisfy applicable legal, regulatory, contractual, and industry requirements. Protect sensitive information, support patient privacy, reduce risk, demonstrate accountability, and strengthen governance. Compliance and cybersecurity work together to support organizational resilience. Healthcare organizations handle sensitive patient information and operate critical systems that require strong protection. Meeting legal obligations, protecting patients, reducing regulatory risk, supporting trust and transparency, and improving cybersecurity maturity are essential. Effective compliance programs contribute to long-term organizational success. Healthcare organizations may be influenced by multiple requirements. Understanding which apply to your operations is a critical first step in building an effective compliance program. Organizations should understand requirements applicable to their operations and develop a compliance strategy that addresses each relevant framework. The HIPAA Security Rule establishes requirements for protecting electronic protected health information, EHI. HIPAA remains a foundational healthcare cybersecurity requirement in many healthcare environments. Administrative, physical, and technical safeguards are essential components. Administrative safeguards focus on organizational processes and governance activities. They establish the foundation for security programs. Security policies and procedures, workforce training, risk assessments, and incident response planning are key examples. Physical safeguards help protect facilities, equipment, and technology resources from unauthorized physical access, tampering, and theft. Facility access controls, visitor management, equipment protection, workstation security, and environmental safeguards are crucial. Technical safeguards use technology controls to protect information and systems. They support the core security objectives of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Authentication controls, access management, encryption, audit logging, and security monitoring are vital components. The General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, established important privacy and data protection principles that influence organizations handling personal information. Privacy protection remains a core compliance objective. Lawfulness, fairness, data minimization, transparency, accuracy, storage limitation, and accountability are key principles. Privacy obligations extend throughout the information lifecycle. Healthcare organizations should implement comprehensive measures that address every stage of data handling. Privacy protection, data governance, consent management, information security, access controls, and breach response are essential. Cybersecurity has become an increasingly important consideration for connected medical devices. Medical device cybersecurity supports patient safety and product reliability. FDA guidance helps manufacturers and healthcare organizations build security into devices from deployment through beyond. The NIST cybersecurity framework provides a structured approach to managing cybersecurity risk. It is widely used across healthcare and other industries to improve security practices. The framework's core functions, identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover, are essential for establishing and improving cybersecurity programs. Healthcare organizations use NIST principles to build more consistent, accountable, and resilient cybersecurity programs. Assess cybersecurity maturity, improve risk management, prioritize investments, support compliance efforts, and strengthen resilience are key steps. ISO 27001 is an internationally recognized standard for information security management systems, ISMS. It provides a structured, risk-based approach to information security governance. Risk-based security management, governance and accountability, continuous improvement, and security control implementation are key components. Audits help organizations evaluate whether cybersecurity controls and compliance requirements are being effectively implemented. They are a cornerstone of continuous improvement. Documentation reviews, interviews, technical testing, process evaluations, and evidence collection are essential activities. Organizations should maintain readiness for regulatory reviews and external assessments. Preparation supports compliance confidence and reduces the risk of adverse findings. Current documentation, effective policies, staff awareness, security controls, and incident management records are crucial. A healthcare organization operated multiple clinical systems and cloud-based services but lacked a centralized cybersecurity compliance program. Leadership established a governance framework aligned with required security standards, implemented regular risk assessments, strengthened access controls, and conducted stronger monitoring activities across the organization. The initiative demonstrated the value of structured compliance management, showing that centralized governance and proactive security management deliver measurable results. Healthcare cybersecurity compliance programs encompass multiple domains. Information security, privacy protection, and risk management often represent the largest compliance focus areas. Information security controls represent the largest single compliance focus area at 25%, reflecting the breadth of technical and administrative controls required. Privacy protection and risk management each account for 20%, underscoring the dual importance of patient privacy and proactive risk management. Access management, incident response, and audit and compliance monitoring make up the remainder. Successful compliance programs rely on strong governance, workforce engagement, continuous monitoring, and proactive risk management. Organizations that invest in these areas often achieve stronger compliance outcomes and improved cyber resilience. Leadership commitment tops the list. Without executive sponsorship and accountability, even well-designed compliance programs struggle to achieve lasting results. Healthcare cybersecurity compliance helps organizations protect sensitive information, manage cyber risks, support patient safety, and meet regulatory obligations. HIPAA and GDPR provide foundational privacy and security requirements governing EFI and general data protection. FDA guidance outlines expectations for connected medical devices throughout their lifecycle. NIST and ISO 27001 frameworks for risk-based security management and continuous improvement. Audits and governance ensure ongoing assessment and oversight activities that sustain compliance maturity. Cloud computing and digital health platforms have transformed healthcare by enabling scalable infrastructure, remote care delivery, data analytics, and enhanced patient engagement. In this chapter, learners will explore cloud computing security, software as a service, SaaS, healthcare platforms, telehealth security, mobile health applications, API security, digital health ecosystem protection, cloud governance, and cybersecurity best practices for healthcare environments. Cloud computing provides on-demand access to computing resources, applications, storage, and services through internet-connected platforms. Healthcare organizations use cloud technologies to support a wide range of critical functions, including electronic health records, telehealth services, data analytics, clinical applications, collaboration platforms, and disaster recovery. Cloud adoption continues to accelerate across healthcare, reshaping how organizations deliver and manage care. Cloud computing offers numerous benefits that support healthcare innovation and operational efficiency. Scalability allows rapid expansion or contraction of resources. Improved accessibility enables clinicians and staff to access systems and data from anywhere. Faster deployment launches new applications and services in days rather than months. Operational flexibility adapts quickly to new care models and regulatory requirements. Cost optimization reduces capital expenditure. Enhanced collaboration connects care teams, patients, and partners. Healthcare organizations commonly use various cloud service models, each offering different levels of control, responsibility, and security management requirements. Understanding these distinctions supports effective cloud governance. IaaS provides virtualized computing, storage, and networking. PaaS offers development and deployment environments. SaaS delivers fully managed applications via a browser. Cloud security operates under a shared responsibility model, a foundational concept that defines who is accountable for which security functions. Cloud providers are responsible for physical data center security, network infrastructure protection, and more. Customers must protect their data, manage access, and ensure regulatory compliance. Misunderstanding these responsibilities can lead to security vulnerabilities. Healthcare cloud environments face a distinct set of security risks. Misconfigured environments can expose sensitive data. Unauthorized access can lead to breaches. Data breaches are costly and damaging. Insecure APIs can be exploited. Insider threats and third-party risks add complexity. Effective governance and monitoring help reduce cloud-related exposure. Healthcare organizations should implement comprehensive safeguards to protect patient and organizational data stored and processed in cloud environments. Data protection remains a primary cloud security objective. Each pillar reinforces the others, ensuring a comprehensive data protection strategy that addresses all dimensions of an effective healthcare cloud environment. Encryption helps protect sensitive healthcare information stored or transmitted through cloud environments. It is one of the most critical technical controls for maintaining confidentiality and supporting regulatory compliance. Data at rest, data in transit, key management, and access controls are essential components of a robust encryption strategy. SaaS applications are widely used throughout healthcare environments, delivering critical functionality without requiring organizations to manage underlying infrastructure. However, SaaS adoption introduces unique security considerations. Evaluating security certifications, data handling, and compliance with regulations is essential for maintaining secure SaaS environments. Healthcare organizations depend on numerous external service providers for cloud infrastructure, SaaS applications, and specialized services. Vendor oversight strengthens cloud security programs and reduces supply chain risk. Conducting security assessments, contract reviews, compliance evaluations, ongoing monitoring, and incident reporting are essential practices. Telehealth technologies support remote healthcare delivery through digital communication platforms, connecting patients and clinicians across geographic boundaries. Telehealth security supports patient trust and continuity of care. Secure communications, authentication controls, privacy protection, session security, and access management are fundamental components. Mobile health applications provide healthcare services through smartphones, tablets, and wearable technologies, extending care beyond traditional clinical settings. User authentication, secure data storage, secure communications, privacy protections, and application security testing are critical components of digital health protection. Application programming interfaces, APIs, enable communication between healthcare systems and applications, supporting interoperability and data exchange. Secure APIs support safe integration of digital health ecosystems. Data protection, authorization, and authentication are key elements of API security. Healthcare organizations operate increasingly interconnected digital ecosystems spanning cloud platforms, on-premises systems, mobile devices, and third-party services. Security must extend across the entire ecosystem. Network security, identity management, endpoint protection, risk assessments, and monitoring capabilities are essential components. Organizations require comprehensive visibility into cloud environments to identify threats, detect misconfigurations, and maintain compliance. Visibility supports proactive security management before incidents occur. Monitoring configuration reviews, access activity, data access, API calls, and compliance posture are critical capabilities. Cloud governance helps ensure that cloud technologies are deployed and managed consistently, securely, and in alignment with organizational policies and regulatory requirements. Governance supports accountability and resilience. Establishing clear policies, conducting risk assessments, managing vendors, and monitoring compliance are key practices. A healthcare organization expanded its telehealth services with a cloud-based patient engagement platform to improve patient care and experience. As adoption grew rapidly, they needed to ensure a comprehensive security review. Security review, encryption controls, vendor oversight, MFA implementation, and API monitoring were implemented to secure the platform. Healthcare cloud security programs focus heavily on protecting sensitive information and controlling access to cloud resources. Data protection and identity management remain top priorities across the industry. Access management follows closely, as cloud-based attacks remain the most common vector for security incidents today. Effective digital health security requires layered controls that address technology, people, processes, and third-party relationships. Organizations should continuously evaluate and improve security capabilities across all dimensions. Security control, encryption, multi-factor authentication, access controls, API security, continuous monitoring, and vendor risk management are essential. Cloud computing, SaaS platforms, telehealth technologies, mobile health applications, and APIs have become essential components of modern healthcare delivery. Protecting these technologies requires a comprehensive, multi-layered approach. Strong governance, encryption, vendor oversight, and continuous monitoring are critical for secure digital healthcare transformation. Technology alone cannot protect healthcare organizations from cyber threats. Human behavior, decision-making, and organizational culture play critical roles in cybersecurity effectiveness. In this CDG training chapter, learners will explore security awareness programs, phishing prevention, insider risk management, workforce education, behavioral security principles, cybersecurity culture development, and strategies for building a security-conscious healthcare workforce. People interact with healthcare technologies every day. Human actions can either strengthen or weaken organizational security. How employees interact with clinical and administrative systems directly shapes the organization's security posture. Proper handling of sensitive patient and organizational data is a frontline defense against breaches. Every employee makes daily decisions that affect security, from password choices to click links. Timely reporting of suspicious activities enables faster detection and response across the organization. Many cybersecurity incidents involve human factors. Awareness and education help reduce these risks significantly. Clicking malicious links in emails or messages, sharing credentials with unauthorized parties, misconfiguring systems or access controls, mishandling sensitive patient information, and falling victim to social engineering tactics are common human-related incidents. Human error is not simply a personal failing. It is often the result of insufficient training, unclear policies, or high-pressure environments. Healthcare workers face unique stressors that can increase vulnerability to manipulation and mistakes. Targeted awareness programs equip employees with the knowledge and habits needed to recognize threats and respond appropriately, transforming the workforce from a vulnerability into a security asset. Security awareness refers to an individual's understanding of cybersecurity risks and responsibilities. Awareness supports organizational resilience by empowering every employee to act as a defender. Recognize threats, identify phishing attempts, suspicious behavior, and potential attack vectors before they cause harm. Follow security policies, understand and consistently apply organizational security policies in daily workflows. Protect sensitive information, handle patient data, credentials, and confidential records with appropriate care and discretion. Report suspicious activities, promptly escalate concerns to others, enabling rapid detection and response. Effective awareness programs are comprehensive, continuous, and tailored to the healthcare environment. Training should be an ongoing journey rather than a one-time activity. Cybersecurity fundamentals cover core concepts every employee needs to understand their role in organizational security. Threat recognition involves practical skills for identifying phishing, malware, and social engineering attacks. Privacy protection includes HIPAA-aligned practices for safeguarding patient and organizational data. Password security covers best practices for creating, managing, and protecting strong credentials. Phishing awareness focuses on recognizing deceptive communications and responding without compromising security. Incident reporting creates clear procedures for escalating suspicious activities and potential security events. Social engineering involves manipulating individuals into revealing information or performing actions that compromise security. Attackers exploit fundamental human psychology rather than technical vulnerabilities. Trust is manipulated as attackers impersonate trusted colleagues, vendors, or authorities to lower defenses and gain cooperation. Urgency is created by artificial time pressure forces hasty decisions without proper verification. Curiosity entices single users into opening messages or links containing malicious links or attachments. Fear involves threats of account suspension, legal action, or data loss pressure victims into immediate action. Authority is impersonated by executives, IT staff, or regulators to demand compliance to perceived power and hierarchy. Awareness helps employees identify manipulation attempts before they result in a security incident. Phishing attacks remain one of the most common cyber threats facing healthcare organizations. Phishing prevention requires both technology and education working together. What phishing messages attempt? Steal credentials, fake login pages, harvest usernames and passwords for EHR systems, email, and administrative portals. Deliver malware. Malicious attachments of this kind install ransomware, spyware, or other harmful software on clinical systems. Obtain sensitive information. Deceptive emails trick employees into sharing patient data, financial records, or confidential communications. Trick into unauthorized actions. Fraudulent instructions lead employees to transfer funds, change account settings, or sign contracts. Employees should verify suspicious communications before taking action. Knowing the warning signs is the first line of defense against phishing attacks. Unexpected requests for credentials, payments, or sensitive data should always raise suspicion. Suspicious links. Hover over links to verify destinations before clicking. Mismatched URLs are a red flag. Unusual attachments, unexpected files, especially executables or macros, may contain malicious payloads. Urgent demands, artificial deadlines and pressure tactics are designed to bypass careful thinking. Spelling or formatting errors, poor grammar, unusual formatting, or mismatched branding often indicate fraudulent messages. Impersonation attempts. Messages claiming to be from executives, IT, or vendors should be verified through separate channels. Simulation exercises help reinforce learning through practical, hands-on experiences. They provide valuable insights into workforce readiness and identify areas for targeted improvement. Phishing simulations involve controlled test emails, measure susceptibility, and reinforce recognition skills in a safe environment. Incident response exercises simulate security events, test the organization's ability to detect, contain, and recover from incidents. Tabletop exercises involve discussion-based scenarios, walk teams through hypothetical breaches to evaluate plans and enhance decision-making. Security awareness challenges gamified learning activities engage employees and reinforce key security concepts in memorable ways. Insider risks originate from individuals with authorized access to systems and information. Organizations should implement controls that address both intentional and unintentional insider risks. Types of insider risk include human error, accidental actions such as misdirected emails or incorrect system configurations. Negligence, failure to follow established security policies or best practices due to inattention. Policy violations, deliberate disregard for organizational security rules and procedures. Malicious actions, intentional misuse of access privileges for personal gain or to cause organizational harm. Effective insider risk management requires a layered approach combining technical controls, policy enforcement, and employee education. Implement least privilege access principles, monitor user activity on critical systems, conduct regular audits and reviews, provide targeted training for high-risk roles, establish clear reporting channels for concerns, and foster a culture of accountability and transparency. Behavioral security focuses on understanding how people make decisions related to cybersecurity. Behavior-focused approaches strengthen long-term security outcomes by addressing root causes rather than symptoms. Positive security behaviors reinforce and reward actions that contribute to organizational security goals. Responsible decision-making equips employees with frameworks for making sound security judgments under pressure. Accountability establishes clear ownership of security responsibilities at every level of the organization. Awareness maintains ongoing education so employees remain alert to evolving threats and risks. Security-conscious employees understand their role in protecting information and systems. Culture influences behavior, and behavior shapes security outcomes across the entire organization. Training involves role-based, continuous education that addresses real-world threats relevant to each employee's responsibilities. Communication includes regular security updates, newsletters, and alerts keep cybersecurity top of mind throughout the organization. Leadership engagement involves visible commitment from executives and managers, signals that security is a shared organizational priority. Recognition programs acknowledge and reward security-positive behaviors, reinforces the desired culture and motivates participation. Cybersecurity culture refers to the shared attitudes, values, and behaviors that influence security practices throughout an organization. Culture extends beyond policies and technology. It lives in the daily actions and mindsets of every employee. Accountability means every individual takes ownership of their security responsibilities and the impact of their actions. Transparency involves open communication about risks, incidents, and near misses, enables accurate learning and improvement. Continuous learning ensures security knowledge is regularly refreshed and updated to keep pace with the evolving threat landscape. Risk awareness involves understanding the potential consequences of security failures for patients, colleagues, and the organization. Collaboration means security is treated as a shared responsibility across departments, roles, and leadership levels. Leadership significantly influences organizational culture. When leaders visibly champion cybersecurity, it signals to the entire workforce that security is a genuine organizational priority, not just a compliance checkbox. Demonstrate commitment. Leaders who model secure behaviors in using strong passwords, completing training programs, and sharing the standard for the entire organization. Provide resources, allocate budget, staff, and time to security programs demonstrates that leadership takes the issue seriously. Encourage accountability, establishing clear expectations and consequences for security behaviors reinforces a culture of security. Support education programs, champion training initiatives, and participating in awareness activities amplifies their impact and reach. Reinforce security expectations. Consistent messaging from leadership keeps security top of mind in day-to-day operations. Employees should feel comfortable reporting suspicious activities without fear of blame. A psychologically safe reporting environment is one of the most powerful forces an organization can build. Early reporting empowers agile security teams to identify and contain threats before they escalate into major incidents. Timely information from employees gives incident responders the context needed to act quickly and effectively. Increased awareness means a security-conscious community that raises awareness across the broader workforce. Organizational learning patterns in reported incidents reveal system vulnerabilities and inform targeted improvements to training and controls. Organizations should evaluate awareness program effectiveness using measurable indicators. Measurement supports continuous improvement and demonstrates the value of security investments to leadership. Key performance indicators include training completion rates, track the percentage of employees who complete required training modules on time and by role. Phishing simulation performance, track response rates, simulation success rates, and reporting rates across different departments. Incident reporting rates, measure the number of employees initiated security reports annually. Policy compliance metrics, assess adherence to policies, access controls, and data handling procedures. Employee feedback, gather insights through surveys to understand employee perceptions and program reach and engagement. A healthcare organization experienced an increase in phishing attempts targeting administrative and clinical staff. The organization implemented a comprehensive awareness program, and the results were transformative. The challenge involved rising phishing attempts targeting both administrative and clinical staff across the organization. The intervention included phishing simulations, role-based training, leadership messaging, and incident reporting campaigns were deployed. The outcome showed phishing susceptibility rates declined significantly while employee reporting of suspicious emails increased substantially. The initiative demonstrated the value of continuous workforce education and culture development as a measurable defense against cyber threats. Human factors contribute significantly to cybersecurity incidents. Phishing attacks and unintentional human errors often represent the largest contributors to workforce-related cyber risks. Phishing and social engineering account for 35% of human-related cybersecurity incidents, underscoring the critical importance of targeted awareness training and simulation programs for all healthcare employees. Strong cybersecurity cultures develop through leadership support, workforce participation, effective communication, and continuous improvement. Culture becomes a powerful defense mechanism against cyber threats. Leadership commitment scores highest among all cultural drivers, reinforcing that sustainable cybersecurity culture must be championed from the top down, with every level of the organization playing a role in its success. Cybersecurity awareness, human factors management, and security culture development are essential components of healthcare cybersecurity programs. As taught in CDG Training's framework, organizations that invest in people and culture alongside technology create more sustainable and effective cybersecurity programs. Security awareness training, continuous, role-based education that equips every employee to recognize and respond to threats. Phishing prevention, simulations and targeted training that reduce susceptibility and increase reporting rates. Insider risk management, layered controls addressing both intentional and unintentional risks from authorized users. Leadership and culture, visible commitment and a blame-free reporting environment that sustains long-term resilience. Key takeaway. Cybersecurity is ultimately a human challenge as much as a technical one. Educated employees, supportive leadership, and a strong security culture help healthcare organizations reduce risk, protect patient information, and critical healthcare services. Healthcare technology continues to evolve rapidly through innovations such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, advanced analytics, connected devices, and emerging digital health platforms. In this CDG training chapter, learners will explore emerging healthcare technologies, future cybersecurity challenges, artificial intelligence security considerations, blockchain applications, quantum computing implications, evolving cyber threats, and strategies for maintaining cyber resilience in a rapidly changing healthcare landscape. Healthcare organizations are increasingly adopting innovative technologies to improve patient care, operational efficiency, and clinical decision-making. Innovation creates both opportunities and cybersecurity challenges. Key areas include artificial intelligence for intelligent systems, machine learning for pattern recognition, robotics for support automation, blockchain for secure data exchange, digital therapeutics for software-driven care, and advanced analytics for deep insights. Artificial intelligence enables systems to perform tasks that traditionally require human intelligence. AI has significant potential to transform healthcare delivery across clinical and operational domains. Key applications include diagnostic support for identifying conditions, medical imaging for automated analysis, clinical decision support for real-time guidance, and predictive analytics for forecasting patient outcomes. AI systems introduce unique cybersecurity considerations that organizations must address proactively. Security should be incorporated throughout the entire AI lifecycle, from design and development through deployment and ongoing monitoring. Key risk areas include data integrity issues, model manipulation, and adversarial attacks. Additional concerns involve unauthorized access, bias and reliability, and lifecycle security. Machine learning enables systems to identify patterns and improve performance through experience and data analysis. Secure data management remains essential to ensure the integrity and reliability of ML-driven insights. Key areas include risk prediction, clinical analytics, population health, and personalized medicine. AI governance helps organizations manage risks associated with advanced technologies. Strong governance supports responsible innovation and ensures AI systems operate safely, ethically, and in alignment with organizational values. Key areas include transparency, accountability, data quality, security controls, and ethical oversight. Blockchain technology uses distributed ledgers to record and verify transactions in a transparent, tamper-resistant manner. Blockchain may improve transparency and trust across healthcare ecosystems. Key applications include health information exchange, supply chain tracking, identity management, data integrity verification, and clinical research records. Technology alone does not eliminate cybersecurity risks. Blockchain must be implemented with robust governance and security controls. Although blockchain offers security advantages such as immutability and decentralization, organizations should still consider the following challenges when adopting blockchain solutions in healthcare environments: access management, smart contract risks, integration challenges, governance requirements, and privacy considerations. The number of connected medical devices continues to grow rapidly. Greater connectivity increases cybersecurity complexity and expands the attack surface that healthcare organizations must defend. Key areas include wearable technologies, remote monitoring systems, smart medical devices, and connected diagnostic equipment. Digital health services continue to expand, transforming how patients access care and how providers deliver it. Security and privacy protections remain essential as adoption increases across all care settings. Key areas include telemedicine, virtual care, remote diagnostics, mobile health apps, and digital therapeutics. Threat actors increasingly use automation and advanced technologies to improve attack effectiveness, speed, and scale. Organizations must continuously adapt defensive strategies to keep pace with the evolving threat landscape. Key areas include automated attack campaigns, advanced phishing techniques, AI-assisted cyberattacks, and sophisticated malware. Quantum computing represents a significant technological advancement with the potential to solve complex computational problems more efficiently than traditional computing methods. Although still evolving, quantum technologies may influence future cybersecurity practices in profound ways. Key areas include classical computing, quantum bits, quantum advantage, and healthcare implications. Quantum computing poses significant challenges to existing cryptographic methods, particularly those relying on the difficulty of factoring large numbers. Planning for future cryptographic changes requires organizations to consider cryptographic modernization, quantum-resistant algorithms, long-term data protection, and security strategy updates. Healthcare organizations generate increasingly large volumes of information from diverse sources. Growing data volumes increase governance and security responsibilities, requiring robust strategies for data classification, protection, and lifecycle management. Key areas include clinical systems, medical devices, wearable technologies, genomic data, and digital health apps. Future healthcare cybersecurity strategies increasingly emphasize zero-trust principles, moving away from perimeter-based security models toward continuous verification of every user, device, and connection. Zero Trust supports evolving digital healthcare environments where data flows across diverse, distributed ecosystems. Organizations should prepare for emerging technology risks through a comprehensive, proactive approach. Resilience requires planning before threats materialize, not reactive responses after incidents occur. Key areas include governance frameworks, risk assessments, workforce education, security monitoring, technology evaluations, and continuous improvement. A healthcare provider introduced AI-based clinical decision support tools to improve diagnostic workflows. The initiative demonstrated the importance of integrating security into emerging technology adoption from the very beginning. Key outcomes included security assessments, governance controls, monitoring capabilities, and data protection requirements. Artificial intelligence, connected devices, and digital health platforms are expected to drive significant healthcare transformation in the coming years. Organizations should prepare for associated cybersecurity implications across all adoption areas. Key insights include AI and machine learning leading adoption, IoMT and connected devices expanding, and digital health platforms continuing to grow. Healthcare cybersecurity leaders must balance innovation, security, privacy, compliance, and operational resilience. Strategic planning helps organizations prepare for future challenges while enabling technological advancement. Key priorities include cyber resilience, AI governance, data protection, zero-trust architecture, workforce development, and emerging technology risk management. Emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, IoMT, digital health platforms, and quantum computing are transforming healthcare delivery and operations. While these innovations offer significant opportunities, they also introduce new cybersecurity risks and governance requirements. Successful strategies embed cybersecurity, privacy, and risk management into technology planning to protect patients, data, and healthcare services tomorrow. Building a sustainable healthcare cybersecurity program requires more than just implementing security technologies. It involves governance, workforce development, risk management, and continuous improvement. This chapter will guide you through creating a robust cybersecurity framework. Understanding cybersecurity program sustainability is crucial. It involves leadership commitment, strategic planning, skilled personnel, effective governance, and continuous improvement. These elements ensure that programs adapt to changes and protect organizational assets. The foundations of cybersecurity excellence include governance, risk management, workforce competency, security culture, technology controls, and compliance management. These elements work together to ensure robust cybersecurity measures. Cybersecurity governance structures are essential for accountability and strategic direction. They include executive leadership, security committees, risk management teams, compliance functions, and technology leadership. Leadership commitment is vital for cybersecurity success. It involves resource allocation, strategic oversight, risk management support, policy approval, and culture development. These elements strengthen organizational security. Building a security-first culture encourages employees to view security as part of their daily responsibilities. It involves awareness, collaboration, continuous learning, and proactive risk management. Workforce development and competency management are crucial for addressing evolving threats. This includes professional training, certifications, technical workshops, simulation exercises, and continuing education. Cross-functional collaboration is key to cybersecurity effectiveness. It involves integrating efforts across IT, clinical departments, executive leadership, compliance teams, and privacy officers. Cybersecurity program maturity involves stages from initial to optimizing. Each stage represents a level of governance, risk management, and continuous improvement. Continuous improvement in cybersecurity involves internal audits, lessons learned reviews, risk assessments, control enhancements, and process optimization. These practices ensure long-term effectiveness. Cyber resilience strategies focus on maintaining critical operations during and after incidents. This includes incident response planning, disaster recovery, business continuity, and backup strategies. Measuring cybersecurity performance involves tracking incident response times, training completion rates, vulnerability remediation, and compliance performance. These metrics demonstrate program value to leadership. Preparing for future threats involves understanding emerging cyber threats, advanced attack techniques, new technologies, regulatory changes, and expanding digital ecosystems. This readiness ensures robust protection. Security innovation and digital transformation should enable rather than hinder progress. This involves cloud adoption, artificial intelligence, telehealth expansion, and medical device deployment. A strategic roadmap for cybersecurity excellence includes technology investments, governance enhancements, compliance objectives, workforce development, and risk reduction initiatives. These elements ensure long-term success. A mini case study on building a mature healthcare cybersecurity program highlights the transformation initiative. It involves governance restructuring, workforce development, technology modernization, and risk management integration. Pillars of sustainable cybersecurity programs include governance, workforce competency, risk management, security culture, technology controls, and continuous improvement. These pillars support long-term success. Drivers of cybersecurity excellence include leadership commitment, security culture, workforce development, risk management, cyber resilience, and continuous improvement. These factors support long-term protection. Throughout this course, learners have explored a comprehensive framework for managing cybersecurity risks. This includes foundations, protection, operations, advanced topics, and sustainability. Get professionally certified with CDG Training to enhance your cybersecurity skills. The program covers healthcare cybersecurity, digital health protection, cyber risk management, and compliance and resilience. Thank you for choosing CDG Training. We are committed to supporting patient safety, cybersecurity resilience, digital risk management, and building a secure future in healthcare.